it's me, and today is episode 3 of my Dollhouse series, which is quickly becoming a crowd favorite. So quick recap for those of you in the back. Episode 1, I assembled the dollhouse and started brainstorming. Episode 2, I started and finished room 1. And episode 3, I'm going to start and finish room 2.
Episode 3, room 2.
Got it? Wow, these lights are bright today. My eyes are burning from the brightness. I got such great feedback from you guys from the last episode. You guys seem to really be enjoying this series so far, and honestly,
I'm enjoying it a lot too.
Kind of hard for me to admit that because I've dreaded doing this for so long and I avoided it for so long. But I was wrong and you were right, okay? This is actually really fun. We're gonna tackle another room today, which means furniture getting customized. We're gonna do some sculpting. We're gonna do lots of painting. I'm excited. Okay, welcome
to my dollhouse.
If you missed last episode, pay no attention to this green room of chaos. Stop, go watch episode 2 now, or else spoilers. Let's move down to one of the many empty rooms left in the house. This is our project for this week. Take a look. It's a very minimal room, okay? It's literally got a floor and a wall. That's it. We have some lackluster star wallpaper in here, and how fitting, because for this room, we are going
to the universe.
The blob universe. Everyone say hi, Naked Christopher.
What? Say hi to him right now.
I have these little squishy figures that I just released in Walmart, and they're about the same size as my regular vinyl figures. So these are going to be perfect for this blob universe room. Oh, has Pickle Blob ever met regular Pickle? Or, oh no, universes are crossing.
What's happening?
For now, let's get your squishy butts out of here. We got furniture to shop for. Opening my big furniture bin and taking a big
dump on the floor.
Speaking of big dumps, this room is actually going to be the bathroom. So I'm going to start collecting all of the bathroom furniture that I have.
Here is my full range of options.
Welcome to my sink department. I kind of like this one, but it looks like it has a missing drawer. So I dug up every loose drawer in the bottom of the bin. It's none of them. That's fine. Okay, I just went with my second pick. I feel like it's a little bit more blobby anyway. We have bathtubs here. I let Naked Christopher be the tester.
He said he likes this one best.
I don't really know why,
but I trust him.
And then, of course, the main attraction. Most of these toilets don't have working lids, but I really wanted one with a working lid, which limited me to one of these two. I also have a few more things that I can shove in the room. A couple little standing showers / maybe a telephone booth.
No, it's a shower.
A mirror, a little cabinet. Once I picked out all my pieces, I started placing them in the room. And honestly, once I got everything in here, I felt very unimpressed. This is just boring. It is a boring room. We're gonna need to do a lot of work in here to make this fun and interesting. Let's grab all the furniture and get to work. First step, I'm gonna start mixing up paint for my color scheme. I'm basically building my color scheme off of Starla, since she is the mama of the blob universe. So I have this bright magenta-y pink, a shooting star yellow, it's just kind of a standard yellow, a pop of orange, Starla main blue, Starla accent blue, and I'll pretty much stick with these colors for the entire room. The first piece I pick up is the sink and mirror vanity type situation, and you can see my face in it, which is kind of gross. Why are you attacking me like this? I'm gonna start by painting this blue. I'm finding myself being very distracted by trying to see what's in the reflection of the little mirror. Hello,
it's me again.
Next, I started going in with some darker blue accents. We're gonna go with a two-tone look here, and then it's just more coats and more angles of my face in the mirror, touching up and neatening all the edges. And then for the dark blue areas, I'm gonna turn those into a Starla / galaxy vibe by adding some blended light blue and some stars in there. And there is my little sink vanity. This is cute, but honestly,
this was kind of my warm-up, okay?
It is the simplest piece of all of them, so I'm just getting started here. Definitely not the main character in this bathroom, but I like it, and Starla approves, so we're good. Moving on to the bathtub. For this one, I'm gonna do some sculpting, so I broke out my clay, and I started by pushing some of the clay into the tub. I feel like one of the reasons the bathroom looks so boring is because it's so static, like it's dead in there. So I thought maybe adding some action, some movement may help bring it to life a little bit. I wanted to sculpt water into the tub while still being careful to leave enough room for
a fat blob booty.
And then I'm trying to sculpt some water spilling out of the tub and creating a puddle onto the floor. I had to switch to a stickier clay for the stream of water spilling down the side because my DOS clay would not adhere to the surface of the bathtub, but I made it work with some fluffy clay, smoothed everything down, made some little ripples in the water, and then carefully removed this to dry. A couple hours later, it's ready. I went in on the bottom and sealed it with puffy paint just to reinforce that a a little bit. I really don't want any clay breaking off. And then, guess who forgot to turn the camera on for this next part? So, poof, the water is now magically painted blue. Sorry you missed it.
It looks so cute, right?
Now, as I was designing the Blob Universe themed room, I learned something about the blobs that I didn't know before. It's kind of like when I become one of my characters, I learned so much more about them. Like, who knew Fred was a snob and that Liz was a
Psycho.
Today, I learned that blobs are very attracted to shiny things, okay? Anything with glitter, rhinestones, they are just very drawn to it. In fact, they are obsessed with the shinies. So, I went over the faucet with some metallic silver, but we're not just gonna go standard brushed nickel here, okay? These are the blobs we're talking about. I dug out some holographic powder,
First time I've ever used this.
mixed it with some varnish, and applied that on top. It's kind of a subtle difference, but it does look a lot more
Glittery and glitzy.
Then I started pawing through my collection of little shinies. Let's see. Oh, this may be
Too much, even for the blobs.
I found these cute little iridescent stars.
I poured some of those out, added some fine silver glitter, and mixed those with some varnish and painted them over the water. So fun fact, in the Blob universe, the more
Luxurious homes, which
clearly this is, usually come with glitter-infused water. So the blobs like to bathe in glitter. It's the only thing that makes them feel truly clean. So here we have the glitter-infused bathtub, which is stinking adorable.
Why is that so cute?
But before bath time begins, I wanted to add one little accessory, so I sculpted this from a piece of clay, and this is so tiny, okay? My fingers felt massive trying to sculpt this
Tiny thing.
but I thought that the bath really needed a rubber duck, classic bath time accessory, but of course, we're in Blob universe, so it's gonna be a blobber duck.
what?
I painted this little fellow yellow and his little duck feet and this little duck bill, added some black eyes. It kind of came out creepier than I expected, but instead of trying to figure out how to make it less creepy, I just tried to embrace it and made it more creepy. I changed the eyes to these like naked Christopher / Jimmy style eyes, which just really emphasize the creepiness. Yeah, that does it. So now, Gummy Blob,
Your bath is ready.
don't forget Blobber Duck. Oh my gosh, cute. I don't know why I'm in love with this bathtub. I know it's kind of simple, but like it is perfect. Moving on to the toilet, complete with working lid. Now this toilet was far too unblobby, desperately needed to be blobified. So I sculpted a big fat blobby back onto it and then added some blob style feet. Once I got that all smoothed out and the clay was dry, I went in with some puffy paint to seal any gaps. This was really tricky because I needed to avoid the hinge and make sure that I wasn't gonna keep the lid from functioning. Kind of regret choosing the functioning lid at this point because it was getting annoying, but whatever. Once that was all dry, and yep, it still works, I'm gonna go in with an orange to paint the blob part of it. Now, it does kind of look like it's Gummy Blob's body with the toilet sticking out of the front, so the user would then be pooping into Gummy Blob. No, okay, that's not what's happening. It's just a blob themed toilet. Okay, just don't think about it too much. I wanted to add a sparkle element to the toilet as well, so I used my star glitter mixture and added some sparkles to the toilet seat. But even that did not feel far enough, so I decided to sculpt a little accessory for this one as well, and it's going to be a tiny blob poop.
Really?
I painted it brown, coated it with glitter, of course. What? Oh yeah, did I not mention that blobs consider glitter to be one of their major food groups? Hence, glittery stool. That is the sign of a healthy and well-fed blob. So, we've got the toilet. Hey Derp, wanna test it out there, bud? Oh, good, wonderful. Yep, the toilet is complete. Next thing is this piece, which I'm like 92.59% sure that it's a standing shower, but a small part of me thought maybe it was a phone booth. Regardless of what it was, it now and forever shall be a standing shower. I wanted to sculpt something on top of it, so I started with a star. Absolutely hated that. No, all versions of the star are bad. Please stop. So then I just changed it to a blob head. It's kind of like emerging from the top of the shower. Kind of creepy. I guess that's becoming the blob aesthetic, okay? Slightly creepy.
And slightly covered in glitter.
Now this item in particular was a pain in the butt to paint. I went yellow for the top, which required 200,000 coats of paint, and then I started the awkward process of trying to paint the inside where the little knobs are. Blobs don't need color-coded knobs. blobs in their bathroom, okay? Please, don't insult their intelligence. They know which one is hot and which one is cold. So it's all gonna be one color, and I'm giving in and taping this up because painting it was getting really precarious, and I felt like I was gonna ruin it. For the bottom, I'm gonna go with orange for a half and half look. Now, those of you who have been with me since episode 1 may remember my initial plan for the dollhouse, which actually did not include a blob universe bathroom. Well, I got quite a few comments from you guys asking me to rethink my plan a little bit to include blob universe and Nothalophagus. I thought that was a great call, so I have changed my plan a little bit. Instead of having each floor being a different theme, each individual room is going to be a different theme. That way we can include more themes. Is it going to make for an overall more chaotic house?
Yes!
Okay.
Now for the finish on the knobs, I'm going to go with the same holographic glitter. Then I added some blob eyes to the top. It looks like Blobber Duck.
I think it is.
And as a final touch, I'm going to use some tiny little rhinestones to like bedazzle the edge and give it a touch of glam. Is this bedazzling, or do you have to use like a bedazzler to bedazzle? I don't know. Bedazzling, if that's what I'm doing, is not my forte, okay? These rhinestones are so
Tiny.
but I got it done. I just need to remove the tape, and here is my blob shower. Kind of a strange looking thing. Yes, that is definitely Blobber Duck haunting us all. This shower is not that accommodating for the blob body. It's okay, because the blobs really prefer baths anyway. The last piece of big furniture is going to be this chest of drawers. I wanted to go all out with the blob theme on this one, so using some fluffy clay, I sculpted a big old blob head on top with kind of like a weird little indent that will be somewhat functional. And then using some brown fluffy clay, for some reason, should have gone with a lighter color, and I sculpted some blob arms onto the sides.
It's a little dresser, but it's been
Blobified. Then I'm just painting it yellow, and that brown clay cost me like 10,000 coats of paint, okay? It took forever to cover, but once I got it solidly yellow, I drew on a drawer and lower cabinet. I'm using a ruler, but don't be fooled, the drawers are crooked.
And I accept that, that's fine.
I traced over the lines with a metallic Posca and then added some little rhinestones to look like knobs, and my cabinet is complete. This little area on top, I wanted it to be like a little nook for towels, so I got out my fabric scraps and looked for a piece of fabric that the blobs would like.
Ooh, this is perfect for them.
Cut out a little piece, rolled it up, tied some thread around it. Voila, a perfect little luxury hand towel exclusively for use.
On blob nubbins.
And here is the final piece. I don't even know what to call this piece of furniture. I think it only exists in the blob universe. I was hoping that the top of it would hold more than one towel, but that's okay. It's a quality over quantity situation. Okay, and now we are getting into the final accessories. This piece is going to be a standing mirror, so I'm changing the color to Starla Blue, then gluing some tiny rhinestones all along the edge. I promise you, this is me trying to put them in a perfectly straight line.
It's not that easy.
I think the overall look is really cool.
Just don't hyperfixate on it.
Then I painted some light blue clouds and white stars to turn it into a galaxy theme, and finally drew on a metallic silver rectangle to represent the mirror. Ugh. Look, clearly straight lines and symmetry are not my strong suits. So this isn't my favorite piece of the set by any means, but I think it'll fit in nicely. Next, I'm painting in this little side table. I'm gonna go for bright white with a pink accent shelf, adding the signature bedazzled edge. And then I found these little things. I found these in my art room when I was decluttering my art supplies. These would have been perfect for episode number 2.
The perfume bottle. Anyone remember?
But I found them too late, so it's fine. I thought that I could use them
For the blob's luxury soaps.
The blobs love a fancy little soap, and I found this basket. Confession time, I stole it from my child. She has a lot of dollhouse accessories. I picked out 2 fancy soaps to fit in the basket. And my first idea to decorate this basket was to coat it in my little star glitter mixture, but that ended up looking really messy and stupid. So I picked off all the little stars and then just painted it with a plain metallic silver instead.
That's better.
And then for the little soaps, I just chose solid colors from my color scheme, 1 pink and 1 blue, and then just used a metallic paint pen to add some fancy little accents. So the table with the basket with the soaps, oh, it's a picture of glamour.
And luxury blob experience.
Switching gears a little bit, about the wall, that
One lonely wall.
as much fun as I had awkwardly cramming my arm into a tiny room to paint the walls last time, I'm taking a different approach this time, and I'm gonna design some wallpaper using my iPad. I think I'll probably still paint the walls if I'm gonna do a solid color for my design, but if I wanna do anything more detailed, I feel like digital is the way to go. So I whipped up a little galaxy, and here is my custom wallpaper. In addition to the wallpaper, I'm gonna paint
A special little mini artwork to hang on the wall.
starting with a pink background. This is gonna be a portrait of none other than Blob Mama, Starla herself. So I'm painting in classic Starla. The blobs will proudly display an artwork of the Mama of the Universe right above their toilet. What a
High honor.
adding some little glitters to the background, and now that's finished. Finally, the last piece, I brought out a piece of pink felt. And oh, hi, Zuzu. Ew, don't tell the blobs that I brought an alien bean body into this. The blob universe inhabitants are kind of in a rivalry with the Nophologians. Starla cannot stand alien bean bodies, so that's the drama. Anyway, I'm just using this because it happens to be the perfect shape and size for a little bath mat for my room. Cutting that out, ignore the imperfect edges. I'm trying, okay? And now it's time to build the room. Hanging up the wallpaper, adding all the different pieces of furniture and many luxurious accessories and fecal matter, adding the Starla painting to the wall, and presto, the Blob Universe bathroom is complete. And oh my goodness, what a difference from that boring room that we started with. I love the cohesive and vibrant color scheme and the glam style that's like kind of tacky but also
Wonderful.
I'm so excited for the blobs to experience this. Everything looks so good. Oh, hi, it's Gummy Blob's bath time. Yay! And oh, here comes Darla Blob.
Gummy, can you please try to stop spilling water everywhere? You're wasting glitter. Get lost, Darla! Well, at least I'm having a good paint splatter day.
Hey, who took a massive dump and just left it? I mean, this is enormous. Yoo-hoo! Blobby Burpee did it. Hi guys. What did you say?
Burpee falling now.
Get out. Get out!
Okay, so except for the very hostile rivalry with the bean bodies, the blob bathroom is a very happy place to be if you're not a bean body. I love all the fun color and the whimsical look of it. And there we go, finished another room. We got 2 rooms done, 4 to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye!